Welcome to the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast with host Jacqueline Burke. Today's special guest is Lindsay Percy.
Welcome to the podcast, Lindsay. Thank you for coming back and joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So how have things been since we last spoke?
It's been a wild ride, to say the
Yeah.
least. A lot of things have happened in personal life and business life, so there's there's definitely a lot to get caught up on.
Yeah. Did you want to start with maybe a little bit of personal life first?
Yeah, so um, I guess it would have been a couple months ago now. I started receiving these random phone calls, and they were from this gentleman who was near an area that we used to live in Alberta,
Okay.
and stated his first name and where he was from. And he was calling me. It first started off with like one or two calls. The first one was one call and a voicemail because I didn't know the number, so I didn't bother answering. And the voicemail was very like, "Oh, I want to take you out on dates, and if this is something that you're interested in, like, call me back." And really creepy.
Yeah.
It just came off as completely creepy and gave me the heebies. So I never answered the call. And a couple days later, I got another call, and then another call, and then another call. So I finally blocked the number on my phone. But when you have an iPhone, it doesn't actually block the number from leaving voicemails,
Right.
so that he was able to keep leaving voicemails. So for 2 weeks, it ramped up, and I got 5 phone calls a day.
Oh my gosh.
And the last ones I actually listened to, there was a woman's voice in the background. It went to my voicemail, and I put it on speakerphone so my husband could hear how creepy these were. And he didn't talk this time. It was silence, and then all of a sudden it was a woman in the background that was leave her a message. And
Oh,
I was like, okay, that's it, I'm done.
yeah.
And I got on chat with Telus and put in um the call
Yeah.
blocking, basically, where you can go in and monitor the call that they have to prove they're human and all the things.
Oh,
And
yes.
then through there, I could block it so they couldn't leave voicemails anymore.
Oh, wow.
But I also talked to the RCMP about it, and they basically said just change your phone number. That's all you can do.
Oh, jeez.
So I did change my phone number because they kept calling and calling and calling and calling. I would check the call logs to see if any of, our friends had tried
Yeah.
to call and just thought
Yeah.
they had the wrong number at this point. And yeah, change the phone number. We can't do anything about it. That's it.
Oh,
So I did change my phone number, and I didn't give it to anybody.
yeah. My goodness. Wow. So you couldn't say, well, he's harassing me. What about some harassment charges?
Actually, I asked about that, and the officer came back at me with, "Well, so since you're asking, I'm assuming you're not interested in what he's offering."
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no
And then
kidding.
he said that it's not worth the paperwork to file a harassment charge.
Oh my gosh.
So I changed my phone number, and that was that.
That's
And so
horrible.
hopefully for now, it is. I couldn't believe that that was the reaction. It was really um, almost dumbfounding that that was the response that I got, but also understanding that the RCMP are so overloaded with everything right now.
Hmm.
And in the rural areas, they have so, like, such a big span that they have to cover
Yeah.
that, like, we have 3 officers for a 200-kilometer radius.
Oh my.
And it's not enough. And they're busy. They're always busy. So in some ways, I understand it, and I understand his comment, but it didn't make me feel any better about it.
Well, I wouldn't be feeling too peachy either. I mean,
No.
huh. Well, I'm speechless. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're being harassed like that, and I understand, yes, everyone is overworked in that
Hmm.
industry. I get it, but that's also when you hire more people
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
help.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And So yeah, I don't know. It is wild, and I've shared about it on my personal page,
Yeah,
and my Instagram. I left the person's name out of it because
yeah,
one, it's not a full name, right? And two, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not gonna
yeah.
put a name out there, or even a location. So it's yeah, I don't know. It's got me speechless too because I can't believe that something like that is happening. But the underlying message in these voicemails and everything were very soliciting.
Oh,
And I've been like, I've talked to a few people and a few people reached out to me when I did share it on my personal page and said, like, thanks for sharing this. Like I was actually going through something like this too.
yeah,
Um, but the red flag for me, like the biggest red flag was the woman's voice in the background
yeah.
because that like made my whole body tingle and made me feel like there was definitely something more to this than just some
Yeah.
guy being a creep,
Yeah. They wanted to, yeah. I mean, it's frightening
right?
to
What?
think of where it could go. Yeah,
Yeah. And I'm glad I knew enough not to answer my phone because like there's a technology out there right now where it's so easy as soon as somebody answers their phone to get your geographical location and do all
right,
these things. So I'm very cautious and I keep my phone number off the internet. I keep all of my personal information off the internet. And now more than ever, now I don't share, I'm very specific with who I share my phone number with.
right.
And it's a lot more intentional so that I don't get into this
Yeah,
situation again. Because
yeah,
I don't know if mentally I can handle it a second time.
yeah. How have you been handling the anxiety that that brings and the stress?
Um, yeah, so because we live on a busy highway,
Oh,
like our main highway in the area too, I'm always on alert, like hyperactively alert about vehicles that turn around in our driveway or
um,
whatever it is. Anyways, because we homeschool and our kids spend a lot of time outside and so do we. So
yeah,
it's always on my mind that something could happen. And also if you pay attention to what's happening right now anyways, you should be on alert.
right. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely made me well aware of my surroundings. And also I put my phone down more.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
And yeah, I put my phone down more. And also I actually seek out news when I want to see it. I
Right.
don't let myself watch it. Like you can scroll and then CBC will pop up or whatever.
Yeah,
With news, I scroll past it instead of watching
yeah.
it so that it's more of a control for me. So those are the two boundaries I've put in since all
That's
of this
good.
because they're
Yeah,
needed.
boundaries are extremely healthy.
Yeah,
They are.
they
I
really
mean,
are.
at the time when you think, okay, well, I have to set this boundary because of this or this person, and you think, oh boy, it's the backlash or this or whatever. But you know what? When you do, it is relieving.
It is.
It's a sense of peace almost can come over you, you know,
Yeah,
when you're brave enough to set those boundaries. You're choosing yourself.
absolutely.
Hmm. Yeah, that's so important. I mean, yeah, more women. Yeah, I mean, I know women out there nowadays are setting good, healthy boundaries. Um, but more should.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. It's like,
And it's not even just the setting them, it's making sure that you hold them
right, absolutely.
and don't let anyone permeate them because otherwise there's no point in having your boundary.
Yeah. But it helps you to breathe. Do you find when you set your
Yeah.
boundary, you took a big deep breath and and you'll just let it out and release?
It, yeah, like your shoulders drop, your neck
Yeah.
releases, your jaw lowers itself.
Yeah.
Everything just feels lighter and less resistant.
Yeah. Well, that's something to be grateful for. Those
It
boundaries.
really is.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm sorry first. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Um,
Thank you.
but at the same time, I'm grateful you were able to find your bravery and set those boundaries and know what to do to protect yourself. So
Thank
I'm
you.
happy for that for you. You know, you should be proud of yourself for taking those steps, you know. So
Thank
congratulations
you.
on that.
Thank you. And I hope that, other women hear it and recognize those same things and take those same steps to protect themselves too, because the world is volatile right now and we have to protect ourselves in whatever capacity that is.
Absolutely. Empower women, right? To find their strength and know that it's okay to be strong. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person or bad word, but you're doing that for your mental health. You're doing it for, your physical health, everything about you, you're doing it for, right? So, I mean, it's just so important to have find confidence in that.
Yes, it really is.
Okay, well, now I'd like to hear more about, we need an update on your business and your career.
Yeah, so I have found my platform and it's actually TikTok, which was a
Yeah.
surprise to me. And I had my first round of clients for the Awaken and Align program.
Oh, nice.
It was crazy. The release that individuals felt and the stuff that they moved through in the sessions and released and actually set boundaries and held boundaries and
Oh, good.
I still get updates right now, so I'm still getting updates from them and like thank you for pushing me to set these boundaries because holy man, my mind is freer of
Yeah.
everything that's happening. And we went over ways to release the tension, different ways to meditate that are really beneficial for releasing tension and stress and anxiety, breathing techniques. We did so many things and it turned out incredible. Everybody got just a slight amount of homework to do each week between sessions, something that was completely attainable and not
Oh,
daunting.
good.
Um, and it was amazing. And I've been doing intuitive energy healing sessions
Oh,
too.
good.
And they've been going really well. A lot of physical pain treatment in them that has resolved that pain because
Yeah.
we've rebalanced all the bodies and released the blockages. So it's been
Oh,
wild, but
that's
it's been so
excellent.
good.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
So, Tiki Talk, I tell ya, that TikTok is awesome.
I know. It
I
is. It really is.
I love it. I mean, yeah, there's caca everywhere on any social media platform, but you know what? If you focus on what, is of your interest, you find the coolest stuff. So how
Some very
did you find like did you utilize like the hashtags or did you like what brought you your people?
so actually the views when you think about the views, I've
Hmm.
posted a few videos of like the I see yous. So
Oh, okay.
I see you putting in the work. I see you doing the things to make your life better. I
Yeah.
see you healing and those kinds
Yeah.
of things. Those are the ones I don't hashtag those
Okay.
and they get the most views and the most interaction.
Awesome.
And it's wild to me that it works that way. So I play around with it. Hashtags right now seem to be very market heavy,
Yeah,
right?
they
Like
are.
healing, hashtag healing on Instagram has like 54 million posts.
Yeah.
They're very saturated. So it's when I can, I use a few smaller ones, not the really big ones, but I do also find that people are finding me on their FYPs, like
Oh,
their For
good.
You page. So it's yeah, it's totally different, and I didn't expect TikTok to be the place.
Yeah.
Just because I've seen so many people build their businesses through Instagram and Facebook, but TikTok
Oh,
is the
yeah.
place.
Yeah. It's funny. I don't know. I've always been like a Facebook person, but um, and Instagram, not so much. Although since they've been changing some patterns, it's become more friendly. You know,
Hmm.
like I think when it first started, you were limited to the characters that you could type. But now, I mean, you can, you know, go to
Type a
town.
novel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, but also one that's been working out is Pinterest, I find.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like with the views or the clicks or whatever, however they gauge it. It's amazing how it generates, like when you put in the link on your pin, how it generates those views by clicking the link. Like it,
that's pretty cool.
yeah, like it's a strategy, don't you find?
Oh, it is. And you have to, I went really heavy on Instagram and then automatically shared everything to Facebook with very little result. And and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna just try TikTok and see what
Yes.
happens here. And it's insane. Like even my static posts where it's like a carousel of images,
Yeah.
whether they have words or they're just photos I've taken, they perform better on TikTok by like 400% compared
Oh,
to
wow.
Instagram and Facebook combined.
That's cool.
So it's crazy to see the difference. I have thought about Pinterest, um, even just for like some of my carousel type
Yeah.
things. And I do have a Pinterest account created. I just haven't taken the time to
Yeah.
dive into it. We're in a busy season of life right
Yeah.
now. And so that might be my winter project is
Yeah.
diving into Pinterest, and spending the time and really getting it figured out. But that is one I want to branch out into too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's your winter project. You'll love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It brings out my OCD because I'm always organizing those boards.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like that too. I have like 70 of them
Yeah.
and they all have subboards and
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
all
yeah.
secret so nobody can see them.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's neat. Well, that's good. So what else are you doing with your business and your courses and different things, your services? Like where are you going?
Yeah. So I'm currently working on getting a space in our local area once a week,
Oh, good.
um, so that I can offer either the life coaching sessions
Yeah.
or the intuitive energy healing in person. Um, so there's that part of it. And then the other part is just working on content right now.
Oh, good.
I do some healing on my family and a little bit on some friends, and I still play around with my oracle and my tarot
Oh,
cards and
good.
that kind of thing and stay in tune there. And I've got dowsing rods too, so I've been
Oh,
playing
good.
with them and getting attuned and accustomed to them. Really working on, I'm doing a lot of programming on crystals right now too,
Oh, good.
just to deepen my knowledge and understanding. And have actually been growing my collection so that I can sit with my crystals before each intuitive healing session and use my dowsing rods to confirm which crystals are good and not for the client that's coming up.
Yeah.
And so then fine tuning everything for that for my clients and the results that I'm having doing it this way versus just kind of, marinating on it for a little bit, if you will, and picking them versus actually getting confirmation from my team, my spirit team on it has been like we've released so many more things
Oh,
doing
good.
it this way where the crystals are specific to the individual. And yeah, it's been amazing how much it's changed everything.
Oh, good. Do you still go get your crystals out of the river?
Yeah, actually, I just found a really big piece of um white quartz and
Oh,
also a
nice.
piece of smoky quartz.
Oh, nice. I still remember that from last our last conversation. Yeah, that was pretty cool actually. I'd
Yeah,
love to
there's
go up there and try and find some.
yeah, no, it's pretty cool. They're everywhere here. You can even
Yeah.
find some, I think there's some like bluey green jasper and different
Oh,
things here too. So it's just a matter of spending the time to try
yeah.
and find them.
Well, that's cool. So tell me about the little spot that you're gonna might do your services out of. So is it in your local, in your town, your community?
It is in our local town. It's in with a whole group of other practitioners. So
Oh,
there's,
nice.
your acupuncturists, dry needlers,
Yeah.
massage therapists, chiropractors, optometrists.
Oh,
Um,
great.
yeah, there's a lot, and so it'll be really cool if I can make that happen. I'm hoping this summer will, but if not, the other exciting thing that we have in the works is my husband and I are doing a program through a life coach actually,
Oh, good.
who specifies in homesteading
Oh, good.
and market gardening and like just growing your best garden for yourself and then selling the produce and how to price it and do all these things. So we are hoping to create a farm stand because we are
Oh,
on a busy
yeah.
section of highway. But in doing that, I actually want to set up, I have a bell tent that I want to set up with a massage table and everything and have the ability to offer treatment to passerbys or
Oh,
for tourists who are visiting
yeah.
our local area kind of thing too. Um, so that's kind of in the works because I think it would be pretty cool that,
Oh, yeah.
they stop in for produce and then maybe they can
Yeah.
book a session if it's something that speaks to them and aligns with them.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
lots.
Or
My
they,
wheels are always spinning with
yeah.
ideas. It's just a matter of making them come to fruition.
Yeah. They could go and they could pull an oracle card and
Hmm.
leave with that thought, and that's neat. That would be kind
Yeah,
of neat.
so
Yeah, go and yeah. What a great concept actually, you know.
yeah, I thought it could be, right? Psychic on the side of the road with a farm
Yeah.
stand,
Yeah.
offering readings or intuitive healing or anything like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even goat snuggles too, if people are
Yeah.
interested in it, right? Lots of things. And, we've had a lot of conversations with people who are, deep into their spiritual path and they're
Yeah.
through their spiritual awakening or are just awakening about how healing this area is.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think it's actually because we're part of the rainforest,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
right? So it's consistently cleansed.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So more people are picking up on that. And I think that, when we have services like this here, there will be more people drawn to it and more people
Yeah.
coming to this area for that kind of thing. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see where it all goes.
Um, so is there any markets in your area that you could also participate in?
We have a couple small farmers markets. Um, I don't know that I would go there for these kinds of services just because the foot traffic is
Oh,
quite dense. And in my experience from my Bath and Body program or products that I was selling, um, it's very niched. Like we have a lot of people who sell fresh grown produce there, and that's what a lot of people are coming there for. They're not coming for the extra things. So I don't know that it would do very well,
okay.
but I'm always on the lookout for something potential
Yeah.
that, whether it's a spiritual based market or something to attend in the future.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we're very, I don't know, life is different out here.
Yeah.
And I'm actually grateful for it. I'm grateful not to be in the city hustle and
Yeah.
bustle like we were,
Yeah.
but it's definitely a lot different.
Yeah. It's tough because you love the peaceful environment and everything, and I know the city is hustle and bustle, but it's creating that happy medium, you
Yeah.
know, finding, when it's meant to be found, it'll show up, right? So if there's like a hall, say down your road or down the bit from your place, they might have a spiritual market one day, or a
Yeah,
spiritual event, you know. And then I'm surprised there isn't more of them with the energy that's there.
yeah, actually, I'm quite surprised by it too, but in another area like
Yeah.
Nelson and Castlegar area, there's quite a bit more there. And I don't know, I mean, we're very densely populated with elderly here,
Yeah.
and that could be a part of it too.
Okay.
We're starting to grow with younger families,
Oh, good.
and a lot of them, they lean into their spirituality and everything. So I think with time, that kind of thing will start growing here too.
Yeah.
We just have to get there and give it time.
Yeah.
It'll happen when it's meant to happen. And that's
Absolutely.
something that I do understand.
Yeah.
So,
No, I totally agree. Yeah, you can't force something to happen. It will. I mean, it's you put good intentions out and manifest what you would like to see, and before you know it, it shows up, in some form.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's excellent. So I want to just talk to you a little bit about gratitude because we're incorporating gratitude into our episodes.
Yes,
Because it's important to feel gratitude and to show gratitude and you know do a little bit more of that each and every day, um, no matter where you live, right? So
I
I just
agree.
have a couple questions for you on that. Um, so what's one thing you appreciate about a relationship in your life?
Um, I definitely, it always brings me back to my husband
Yeah.
because we have this relationship that I know we're both redheads. We're
Yeah.
both, so the typical redhead is very hot-tempered, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hide it. I am very much typical redhead, but I am very much getting out of that because I'm continually grounded
Yeah.
in, the sense that I'm walking barefoot everywhere and I'm actually being intentional with everything. So I'm a lot more grounded. But,
Right.
a lot of people look at us and they're like, how are you even together? Because we know redheads are hot-tempered and like all these things. So I'm our relationship is something I'm truly grateful for because we've gone through all the hard things that you often see
Oh yeah.
break apart couples or families.
Yeah.
And here we are. This year is year 13 in our marriage
Mhm.
and year 15 in our relationship. And so it's wild that
That's
like we've been on
cool.
a wild ride. So I'm grateful for every day that we get to spend together and
Uh,
be together
yeah.
and just be present with each other and our children because that's all we have when
Yeah.
it comes down to it, right? They're your family
Yeah.
and you're everything in
Yeah.
so many different ways. So that is definitely the one relationship I'm extremely grateful for.
Oh, fantastic. Um, excuse me. So, what makes you feel hopeful and optimistic about the future?
Oh, four-leaf clovers, definitely. I've been on a huge find of those. I don't know if you've
Oh,
seen it on my socials,
yeah.
but in the past week and a half, I found like 40 or 50 clovers
Oh
that
my
are four,
God.
five, or six leaf.
Oh,
Um, but also I like to look at life as whatever you put out there is what you get back.
yeah.
So if you're putting out a lot of gratitude, you're living intentionally, you're helping others, you're doing the things that really truly light you up. And, if there's something that brightens someone's day, then to me, those are the things that make me hopeful for a good future because I know that I'm meant to serve and help people and support people. So for me, it's a matter of showing up to do that.
Yeah.
And I know that, even if you touch one life, you've touched one life.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, it comes back to it's still my favorite saying lately is it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild to think about it that way because, so there's so much happening right now where people are down in the dumps about
Oh
their
yeah.
careers or their finances or the politics or whatever it is. And the only thing that I have to say about that is look for the positive
Yeah.
in your day-to-day life and focus on that, and things
Abs-
will start to change for you. It's
Yeah.
a, it's a proven manifestation technique. When you focus on the good, more good comes. And when you put out more good, even more good comes. So, um, I'm very hopeful for everything that's
Okay.
coming. And
That's
I just know that I keep doing what I'm doing and
oh
it'll
yeah.
happen.
Yeah. That's all we can do every day, huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Right on. Well, thank you so much for joining us again. And we're going to have you back, of course, and
I
talk
can't
about,
wait.
yeah, and talk about, where the your career is going with the new space. And there's always some great updates we can do and listen about your career, your farm, your everything, you know.
There's always so much happening
Oh
too that I
yeah.
have endless topics to talk about.
Yeah. Oh, we have to touch base on those hugging those trees too. So that'll be next on the list.
Deal. And how to do it.
That's
Because,
right.
I mean, you can hug a tree, but there's some ways to get the maximum benefit out of it. So,
Absolutely. That'll be our next topic.
deal.
Okay. Well, have a good day, Lindsay. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, and I'm grateful to be here again.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for joining us at the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast.